8 strange and surprising hotel rules that you never knew existed. Limitation on guests. When you sign up for a hotel, it requires you to input how many guests you have. Failing to disclose the proper amount or inviting guests as an afterthought could lead to additional charges. Most hotels ask the guests, at the very least, to keep their guest count to a minimum. No meetings. If you have ever thought of holding a business meeting in a hotel lounge, then just be aware that hotel management may ask you to leave. Hotels have a banquet and conference rooms that they rent out for these specific purposes. So guests, and especially non-guests, who try to utilize this public area for their use, will probably get the boot. No smoking. Most hotels offer rooms that are both smoking and no smoking compliant, though contemporary resorts are now trying out the practice of offering complete no smoking establishment. Even those who do offer smoking in their hotel rooms still try to enforce one specific rule that most people ignore, and that is to avoid smoking on the bed. Smoking in between the sheets may not seem like a big deal, but it presents a fire hazard. No tattoos or piercings for employees. This isn't a hard and fast rule by every hotel, but if it's a major corporation, then this must be obliged. It will be hard to spot tattoos or extravagant piercings on hotel employees. Despite the modern acceptance tactics, these hotels are still trying to hold on to this old-fashioned policy in the name of professionalism. Tattoos typically have to be covered by long sleeves or makeup, and only one of 2 piercing can be worn on the ears. Refusal of service. All hotel employees reserve the right to refuse service to any guests. This includes maid service, checking in, food delivery, alcoholic beverages, and more. If a hotel employee feels uncomfortable serving an intoxicated guest at the hotel bar, for example, they are required to stop serving them. Age requirements. Each hotel will have its say in this rule, but generally speaking, hotels only allow adults to check into hotel rooms. Anyone who is over the age of 18 is technically allowed to book their stay, though there may be extra charges or questioning to those under the age of 20. Minors can check into hotel rooms on their own, but the room usually has to be purchased. Fire alarm checks. This is an infuriating, yet unavoidable rule for all hotels. These establishments have to undergo routine fire checks and safety guidelines to ensure they are compliant on all of their fire hazard and safety obligations. Sometimes these fire drills happen multiple times a day. And since hotels never close, it always happens when there are guests inside. Guests are required to exit the building in an orderly fashion for these drills, though many people choose to ignore this rule. Free upgrades. Hotel desk clerks have free range to upgrade a guest's hotel room, occupancy permitting. Sometimes, the front desk staff does this without prompting, especially when the hotel is at low occupancy. Otherwise, guests should remember this rule in order to try their chance at a free room upgrade. It works best during the hotel's regional off-season time frame.